the best faction in Andromeda's Edge is the Astrodrakus. Now, if you're a fan of dragons and you think dragons should be in space, well, you are in luck, because our community also thought dragons should be in space. And so we commissioned guest artist Sandara Tang to do what she does best. Now, she can draw the little dragons of Flamecraft really well, but she's actually more well known for drawing the massive dragons. So we wanted gorgeous, big dragons in space, and she illustrated these space wyverns doing massive calculations. They're devious. They're trying to find a way to get all the credits of Andromeda's Edge. So when they come here, you know they mean business. Now, your first power is called Dragon LAIRS. What that is that in the game you can build these developments, like you can build observatories, factories, giant obelisks, spaceports, and cities. The dragons don't care which one you turn into a lair. For their purposes, any one of those developments can become a jumping off point for your ships. And the way that works is in Andromeda's Edge, when you launch a ship, say you go to a planet, your next ship must be at a range away from that planet. And the Dragon LAIRS ability is the Astrodrakus can use those developments as jumping off points. They can use any development like it's a ship. And that gives you the flexibility to go anywhere on the map. It's huge. When you're not on the map, all of a sudden you're anywhere on the map. And that is a distance that you're not going to see in any other faction. And it allows you to do really creative plays. Like, for example, you can build a development right next to the Maximus field. And then if, say, a big raider is blocking you from getting to the field, you are not blocked because, for your purposes, that's a ship right next to the field. You can launch right in the Maximus field and immediately use it. So that's really powerful. But if you can believe it, that's not even the most powerful thing that the Astrodrakus have. Their other ability is called For the HOARD. And that is a really fun way to run away with a bunch of endgame scoring. So there's a thing in Andromeda's Edge called the Vault bonus. Now, what that means is resources are worth nothing usually, but if you pump yourself up the commerce track, you're going to hit Vault 1, which means every resource you have, every card you have, every ice you have, every credit is worth 1. And if you get to Vault 2, of course, everything's worth 2. And that could be a game changer by itself. But the Astrodrakus have that ability for the HOARD to make their credit score in their Vault bonus double, which means you can get like a 20-point credit bonus on top of your already huge Vault. That means these dragons are going to they're going to grab resources, and at the end, if you don't have enough points to beat them in resources, probably also beat them in developments, you're going to get blown away by these epic dragons. Now, the ship that the Astrodrakus get to use is called STARWING. It's fittingly a science vessel. These are very crafty dragons. They know a lot about the universe, so they're going to use that science vessel to go into the nebula and possibly choose what the next event is, possibly aligning with the commerce track, which they already love, but getting the best moons as well. That science vessel, though, is no pushover, because STARWING has 2 shields on it. It's the only ship in the entire game with 2 shields. It's a really clever idea by Luke and Maximus to make this dragon ship get rage. It's called Draconic Fury. For every damage that you have on STARWING, you gain targeting. Now, targeting in the game is this combat mechanism where it determines your lowest roll. So the more targeting you have, you cannot roll below it, which means as STARWING gets bad, as STARWING gets damaged, STARWING cannot be stopped because your targeting is going to raise up by 2 levels. If you can keep it at the edge where STARWING is at its most furious, you're going to be able to get mixed into battles and fight your way through the edge. And that's really important for our dragons. You're going to want to fight for the gold, right? You're going to want to fight for the credits, fight for those development spots, the ones that you want. Their science vessel is a very, very tough competitor. And why I love playing the Astrodrakus is because, honestly, it's space dragons. I mean, it's gorgeous space dragons. It's if you haven't guessed, I love purple. It's these beautiful illustration of space dragons, and they are a lot of fun to play. The fact that you can get layers that basically act like your ships means the ultimate flexibility in the game. And of course, the vault is a very specific thing you're going for. You know you want it. You know you want to gather everything. So if you build an engine that is going to gain credits and gain resources and hold on to those resources, you can mix it up with the other players, fight for the best spots, and hoard everything. And you walk away with a huge score as the Astrodrakus. I love it.